Ladies and gentlemen, matchups like these only come once every blue moon. Misfits 12, live on DAZN, January 20th. It is truly my pleasure to bring in what people are saying the fight of the night. Guys, Ashley Rak-Su versus OJ Rose, a true banger. Let's take it to Ash first. Rak-Su, how are you and how's camp going?
Yeah, baby, we're good. We're good. We're ready. It's cold right now in England. I know that OJ is in Atlanta. He's got like 28 degrees heat every single day. Here it's snowing, it's raining, it's a grind, but it prepares us. It gets us ready for it. So yeah, we're good, man. We're ready to go.
I love it. OJ, I see you're wearing the sweater. I can't imagine Atlanta's, too cold or too warm right now. How's camp been and how are you doing?
Great camp, very hard camp, my hardest fight I've ever been in. It's freezing out here too. I don't know what you thought. It's cold out here. It's wintertime. It might snow, honestly. Got my sweater on and all that, but I'm ready. I'm ready.
I love it. Guys, the first question I have to ask both of you is the narrative of this fight. Who is the bigger underdog? That's been the story back and forth. Ashley Rak-Su, I'm curious, why do you think you're the underdog going into this?
So what makes me laugh is this, right? If I said to you, Ben, there's two people that are fighting. Both of them have got records of 3 wins and 1 loss. Both of those people have only lost to professional fighters. However, one of those people has got 3 knockouts and the other one's got no knockouts. Who would your favorite be?
I will remain neutral and right on the fence as I should be. But I think a lot of people would say context matters. OJ, I'm curious. Let's take it to you. Why do you think that you're...
Wait, it's obvious though, right? It's pretty obvious.
There's context. There is context. Come on. You're forgetting something. We are in your backyard. Forgetting that you are the weight bully in this situation. Forgetting that also. Let me stop right there. That's enough.
That's enough. OJ, the businessman, of course, man, a few words, but that introduces the other narrative of this fight. Ashley Rak-Su, you're dropping some pounds. I believe this is the lowest you've competed. How has that been in camp and how do you feel?
Bro, it's been hard. It's been really hard. Like by the time we hit weigh-in, I'm going to be a weight that I haven't been since I was in year 9 or the 9th grade for you guys. Like it's going to be, it's a real challenge, but it needed to be undertaken because just taking a step back and looking at the landscape, like for me and OJ are smaller on the creator side in this world. So the gateway to us getting the mega fights that I know that me and OJ both want is that we have to make real boxing statements. Do you know what I mean? We have to just be so good and so dominant that people are like, no, I want to see Slim fight against OJ, or I want to see Slim fight against Ash, or I want to see Salt Pappy fight against them, or etc., etc., etc. And the easiest and fastest way for OJ or I to elevate ourselves to that status is to go through the other person. So ideally, initially it was meant to be a 175 eliminator. But OJ didn't want to fight me at 175. He wouldn't come up that high. And so he kind of forced me into thinking, okay, well, can I get lower? Because initially when it was spoken about, I was like, no, it's got to be 175 or I'm not doing it. And then after a couple of weeks of just mulling it over, I was like, I do want to fight OJ. It's the best fight for me from like a sporting perspective right now. Like I could fight another trash can and have an easy win, but that's not going to get me closer to the top, which is where I want to be. So I was like, if I'm really disciplined, if I really bust myself, can I get to 170? And consequently afterwards, could I get to 165? And that's what I'm trying to figure out. So I don't know if I can make the weight. I don't know how it's going to feel making the weight. I've got no idea how I'm going to respond making the weight. Maybe I'll feel better and faster than I've ever been before. Or maybe I'll feel like I've got no energy. But there's only one way to find out. And that is what I'm going to do.
Definitely a risk versus reward. OJ, I'm curious about your response to the, weight that's been decided on for this, and maybe Ashley's thoughts on you not going up to 175. How do you feel about that?
I may be wrong, but I thought we're still going for the eliminator for this fight. 175 eliminator. Am I confused?
I mean, I feel within Misfits Boxing, it really sometimes doesn't matter, right? You can win in one weight class, get a shot in another weight class.
Yeah, that's how I feel. OJ, I'll be real, I just don't care. Like, for me, there's obviously going to be fights afterwards, but the only thing that matters is beating you. Like, you are the final boss. After this, it's a completely different game. So that's where I am personally. Like, eliminator or not eliminator, the only thing that matters to me is me beating your ass. Like, that's it.
Attempting to beat my ass. Attempting. It would be a good try.
Is this
I'm
OJ?
big.
Is this the matchup that you wanted? Obviously, coming off of that fight with Gabe Silva, the first setback, was this the fighter that you thought, okay, this is gonna be the perfect bounce back opportunity?
Well, you know me, I never say no to a fight. So whoever they give me, sign the contract, and we're here.
I love it. I love it. Actually, talk to me more about Miles Rak-Su, maybe, of course, him making the debut, your brother in music coming over to the scene. That's got to be fun to do this camp with him.
Yes, sir. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, he is a lot of people think that I'm a gifted athlete, like they think that I'm like quick and I'm strong, but Miles has always been stronger, quicker, faster. Like he's actually always been superior to me. He had an accident a few years ago where he was in real bad shape, in intensive care for a while. I won't say why, that's up to him to disclose, but since then, he hasn't really worked out too much. He had a couple of kids as well, got himself a dad bod. And so he's been on the journey of trying to get his old self back. So just as like being like my best friend and my family, it's been lovely seeing him go on that journey. And I actually like DTG as well. So it's a shame that unfortunately we're going to see him getting knocked out by Miles. But Miles is here to stay. And once he gets himself really back into shape, yeah, it's going to be a problem for a lot of people.
And OJ, tell me more about your camp, some of the people that you've been able to sharpen the tools with, and what has been the big focus for you ahead of this matchup with Ashley Rak-Su?
It's a hard camp, like I said. I've had similar sparring to my last fight because he fights similar to Gabe. He's a longer fighter, jab heavy, so I have to get that head moving in.
Did you just say I fight similar to Gabe?
Long fighter, very jab heavy. You jab my head off. I gotta watch out for it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do.
Dude, me and Gabe, you might want to do that analysis over again because
Listen, come fight night, you'll see. So I'm gonna say.
I mean, I'm just letting. Listen. You're my bro, innit? Like, I've got a lot of respect for you. So I want to let you know, if you're planning on me fighting like Gabe Silva, then I think something's gone a little bit left. We got different body types, different shapes, different temperaments.
You're laughing now. Come
everything.
We will see. I don't gotta say
no, but bro, but it's not even about whether you win or lose or not. Like, even if you win because you're just better than me, you preparing to fight me like I'm Gabe is just dumb. Like, that don't make any sense. So you might.
And you
say again?
You're taller than me, and you have a good jab. Simple as that.
No, but Gabe is like very non-committal. He wants all that nice, pretty shit, like throwing them combinations like that. Do you know what I mean? So Gabe's a lot more silky.
It'll be a scrap for sure. We're gonna be banging, but you gotta watch out for that regardless. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying.
I'm curious. I feel like you got to fight Gabe, so everybody in this call has been in there with Gabe Silva. But OJ, I'm curious. When you reflect on that fight, a lot of people feel like you won. Did you think that you'd done enough when it went to the scorecards to get your hand raised that night?
No, I feel like at best it was a draw. I see where I could have lost that fight, definitely. At best, it was 2-2.
When you do watch it back, what are some of those tools or areas of improvement that you think you could have exploited?
I lack the most important punch in boxing. But we worked on that this camp. We're here now.
I love it. And Ashley, you said moments ago you have a lot of respect for OJ Rose. OJ, is that feeling mutual? A lot of respect shared here?
Of course, it's my friend. Regardless of the fight, it's just business. Nothing personal. I don't hate the guy. After the fight, but get some drinks at the after party. But right now, I'm gonna punch it in the face for a little bit.
I love it. So no real bad blood. I mean, I know both you guys. I feel this is, like you said, all business. You're here to sharpen the tools.
Yeah, this is a gateway, man. This is like, for one of us is going to get to really kick on from the other side of this. Like, it's going to be a big statement. Obviously, in the most recent list, I think I was in the top 10 pound for pound for Misfits. So for OJ, it's like, if he was to beat me, that really does make him the obvious contender to fight against Slim if Slim can't get a Gib, a Blueface, or a KSI fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, within the Misfits world at the moment, it would make him the #1 contender for that. And for me, after a good win against Kenny, obviously the Halal Ham fight, if I was to then manage to beat OJ, even imagine if I beat him better than Gabe beat him as well, let alone stop him, then again, that's a real big thing. So it's like, I'm sure OJ's as motivated as I am for this fight, and not out of a hatred, but out of a, like, when we look at each other, we're seeing how good our futures could be, but we have to go through the other person to get to that.
Very much, definitely. See a good meal in front of me.
Time to eat, baby. Time to eat. Actually, I asked OJ about his last fight. I want to ask you about that halal ham one. Leading into it, you'd said that if I didn't stop him, if I didn't have this really impressive performance, you would have been disappointed. Upon rewatch and now with reflecting, are you disappointed with that night and how that fight went?
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed because so grand scheme of things in life in general, I'm not disappointed because there was an opportunity to learn a lot. There was a lot of shots that I didn't see that I could have thrown. There's a lot of things that I could have done to set him up for a finish. Whereas I would catch him cleanly, see him rock, and then kind of just be like, oh my God, I need to go and get the stoppage, because I just went into that fight thinking, I've got to try and stop him. I've got to try and stop him. So yeah, there was a lot of room for learning, and I learned a lot from that fight as well. But I am, I wish I was more clinical. But again, I would rather find out that I wasn't that clinical against Ham when there was no danger, instead of going into this fight of OJ Rose, for example, and having to try and learn that lesson. Like, that was a safe environment to learn in. And there was a few other things that I did as well when I just got overconfident and I didn't respect him at all, and I was just walking through with my hands down and all the rest of it. And like, that stuff that against OJ, if I did that, he would probably leave me on the canvas. So it's like, I know I've got to be switched on, and I can't be like that again. But yeah, it was good learning. It was good learning.
Outside of the jab, of course, OJ Rose, when you watch the tape on Ashley Rak-Su, what stands out? And specifically on that last performance against Halal Ham, if you could elaborate.
I'd say very good with the feet, good footwork. I have to watch for that. I'd say definitely very good gas tank, despite only being 3 rounds. He's going to be in shape like me. It's going to be all 4 rounds of us going back and forth. So I got to be in my running as usual. But yeah, besides that, we were looking at him. We got a good plan for him.
And I'm curious.
Hey, OJ, how's your running been? Because I know you've been putting on some weight. So you've been carrying that timber well, or what's going on, boy? I know you've been eating.
I'm in the lab, man. Running is in my background. You know, I ran track and field in college, so running is always there.
Wait, what was your event? I wonder if I could beat you at it. What are we talking about time-wise?
100, 200, and 4x1.
Yeah.
100 was a 10-6. 200 was a 22 flat. 4x1, I was the anchor. I was the last leg of the relay, so I brought it home for us. Yeah,
now you would have kicked my ass still.
I mean, hey, maybe we'll do a 100-meter dash out in Leeds. I mean, you never know. You never know.
Listen, a boxing match I can win. A race? No. Here you go. Kick my ass.
Well, let's wind this one down. OJ Rose, prediction for this one, Misfits 12 against Ashley Rak-Su.
Do not blink. First bell, both going to be in the middle of the ring banging. Someone might fall in the first round. You never know. You never know.
I love it. Ashley Rak-Su, same question.
I mean, I've been knocked down within 3 seconds before, so that shit ain't happening again. I can guarantee you. But no, it's going to be a great fight, and I'm going to win, and I'm going to be really proud of OJ's efforts afterwards. I'm going to congratulate him, and I'm going to try and help him improve afterwards. But this just isn't OJ's time yet. Like, one day it's going to come, and he's going to get everything that he wants and deserves. But right now it's not his time. It's mine.
We shall see. We shall see.
I love it. Any final words for each other?
Best of luck to you, my guy. Nothing personal, just business.
Like I said, his time will come, but it's not right now. Now it's my turn.
I love it. Fireworks between these two bona fide badasses of the crossover boxing scene. OJ Rose versus Ashley Rak-Su. You don't want to miss it. Live on DAZN, January 20th in Leeds, England. We'll see you there.